Hi, my name is Beverly Manley, and I am making this video because I am so concerned with seeing so many people in this world that's dying. I watch so many family members and friends die from different ailments like cancer, high blood pressure, heart attacks, strokes, Alzheimer's, diabetes, and I would like to share my journey on how I became a vegan. What was important to me was to try to figure out how I can help people and how I can cure these ailments for myself. So, when I first started feeling the effect of what these ailments were doing to my family is when my mother passed. She died in 1978 of cancer. And, it started off in her breast and then it moved all over her body. And so, she had cancer treatments and all of those things, and all it did was kill her. It didn't do anything to heal her. In 1986, my brother died of diabetes. And at that point, we didn't even know, and he didn't even know he had it. And so he went into a diabetic coma and never came out. In 1998, my father, he passed of a heart attack. And when I thought about all of the things that we all were doing that was alike is eating the same kind of food. They say, um, what's your family history when you go to the doctor? And they believe because your family had these ailments that you have to have them too. Yeah, you probably will get them if you keep eating the same food that your family had been eating. I had an aunt that died of Alzheimer's, which started off with diabetes. A lot of people don't know that the third diabetes is Alzheimer's. So all of these different ailments, they stem from the same thing, eating the wrong food. I know I was a single mom and I was caring for my kids. And through all of that, thinking about all of the people in my family that passed away, I was like, how could I make this change? How could I make the outcome be different for my family, for my kids? And so I would go to the grocery store and get all of this expensive food because I was like, well, maybe the more it costs, the better it would be for you. I don't know why I thought that because my dad always had the best. So just wasn't thinking a young mother trying to figure out some things. So in my early 30s, I started having fibroids in my stomach. And these fibroids were as large as oranges. And I had no idea where they were coming from. But finding out later, they're coming from all of the different foods, the oils, the flours, the cakes, the meat, everything that clump together and be in your system. And so had no idea. So I went ahead and had them removed. So I had to have a partial hysterectomy. And so if I would have known today, back then, what I know today, I wouldn't have done that. I would have just changed my diet. But thinking that, okay, this is going to solve everything. So I did. I did start feeling better. Yeah, I did. But however, later on in my 30s, I started getting, I had gotten sick one day and I had like paralysis where I couldn't move. And I had just gotten married in like 2002. And my husband had to care for me. He had to take me to the bathroom and wait and take me back to the bed. He had to carry me because I couldn't walk. I couldn't hardly move. And I went to the doctors. They didn't know what was wrong with me. And they would give me like steroid pills and that would help. But we never figured out what was the cause. So moving forward to maybe 2010, I got sick. I went on a vacation. I used to go see my son. He was living in California and he would always take us to different trips. And we were in San Diego at the time, and I just got this migraine headache. This headache was hurting so bad, and it wouldn't stop. And it was so beautiful out there, but I couldn't even enjoy it because my head was pounding. And so, got back home, went to the doctor. They don't know what's going on. Gave me some more steroids. Yep, it helped stop it, but nobody knew why I was having these problems. So then, moving forward, I started getting kidney stones. So I had a kidney stone episode and went to the hospital. It passed. That's the most painful thing I ever been through. It's almost worse than having a baby. And then I was in California later on and I had an episode. And it was just so painful. Not realizing that all of this stuff was coming from food and my health was declining slowly. And another time I was working at a orthodontics center and I got so sick I thought I was having a heart attack. And we used to have bagels all the time. For some reason we thought that was healthy. I was like, no, I don't even have to have cream cheese. But it wasn't. Caught myself eating whole wheat bagels. Went to the doctor. They couldn't find nothing. They said it was anxiety. And many years later, I'm finding out that anxiety can come from food as well, in conjunction with other things. So I was in my 30s, did a lot of walking, exercise, still couldn't lose weight, overweight, frustrated, started on medication. So I started on high blood pressure pills. The doctor put me on those when I was like maybe early 50s. And then I was high cholesterol pills. So I knew back in my mind that the pills is gonna kill me before the disease. I need to figure out how to get off this medication. And then in 2019, I was pre-diabetic. I was like, I want another pill. I was like, Lord, please help me because I don't want to get on another pill and I want to get off of the pills that I'm on. So I prayed to God. I said, Lord, show me what I need to do. And he did. And I was on Instagram one day and there was a book called Diabetes Freedom, being freed from diabetes. So I ordered it. It was like $6. And this book, I don't see it on there at all anymore. And so this book helped me. It started me out with different smoothies and juices, which helped me to cleanse my body. So I did that for a while. And but at the end of the book, it tells you how to gradually go back to the old way that you were eating, your old ways. And I was like, nope, I'm not doing that part. And so I decided at that point, I had already been working on my diet. I started just eating vegetables and fruit, and then I would eat a little fish and seafood as well. But one day, again, my eyes were going bad. And I went to the doctor, I went to the specialist, and I couldn't see. When I would go outside, it would just be really bright and my eyes, I just really couldn't see. It was blurry and everything. And I was like, what's going on? So I went to the eye doctor. They didn't find anything. They couldn't believe that I was my age and my eyes were 20/20. So a lot of times the doctor can't see what's getting ready to come ahead in your body, and only you can feel it and only you can know. And so what I did was, so I stopped eating the fish and the seafood. So I became a full blown vegan, and which includes not eating any oils or sugars, because sugar is vegan, but sugar still can kill you. So you have to understand that what vegan or what plant based, what that really means. So during the pandemic, which I was truly blessed because of my job, that I could stay at home and focus on my health. So I started working out more. I started eating a plant-based diet, beans, rice, vegetables, organic stuff, fruit, smoothies, putting a lot of turmeric in my diet, ginger, uh, flaxseed, chia seeds, um, all of those different things, sweet potatoes, a lot of onions, and all of those things, a lot of spinach and kale, all of those things really, that my husband and I, we changed our diet. And so now at this time, I am not on any medication, and I feel so great. I work out 6 times a week and just 30 minutes a day. I make sure I have to put myself before anything else. That helps with stress levels of while you're working. It helps with circulation, blood going through your body. You have to keep moving. You can't just sit around and do nothing, because these diseases will attack you and they will kill you. And you can't eat any of meat, any seafood, anything like eggs or anything, chicken, none of those things. Anything that has a parent, you don't want to eat it. So if you care more about yourself than, I guess, what you're addicted to, because that's what happens. We're addicted to all of these things because we've been eating them all our lives. So if you care more about yourself, and if you want to live longer and without being on any walkers or canes or wheelchairs, and being able to take care of yourself until God take you away from here, then my suggestion is for you to change your diet, to change your way of life. Make it a lifestyle, not just every once in a while. Because I'm telling you, if you don't attack that, it's going to attack you, and it's going to kill you, and it's going to break your body down. So I just wanted to share my story with you because I love you, and I want you all to be around for a long, long time. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my story with you. God bless you all.